Hello, welcome back to XCOM 2, War of the Chosen Covert Infiltration mod. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the other videos, this one's going to be a little different, so don't worry, this is a good one to start on. We are going to basically rely on post-gameplay commentary. So this is me after playing the games. I've come back and we're just going to talk through everything that happened as it happens. So yeah, this is how we're going to run these from here on out. Looking around at the Avenger, trying to get myself caught up with where we were last time and where we've left off. You can see psionics there. I've gone into that a bit early. We've got some prime candidates for the psionic troopers, which I think will give us a big advantage going forward. After that, we'll get into hopefully plated armor. I like to kind of rush those. But yeah, up to the bridge, and we'll see that we have a retaliation mission sitting there waiting for us. Here we go, retaliation strike. Yeah, so we'll just jump in and take this mission right away. Gonna briefly go through the soldiers that were taken with us here on this mission, but you'll get to know them better as we go along in the battles, which I'll mostly leave uncut, aside from like longer thinking moments. But yeah, so we've got Corporal Golubev, Corporal Deng. You'll notice both Rangers, a third Ranger, Corporal Zinchenko. This is our Specialist Clark, another Ranger, Chang, and Amanda Dunn, who I forgot to even outfit. But went ahead and got blast painting there, and we picked up combat protocol for Bridget, which comes in major handy. So off we go. Retaliation missions are missions that involve civilians, so we have to protect and rescue generally. Something to watch out for consistently on these darn missions are the faceless. Consistently we run into faceless enemies that they appear as civilians, but then when you get close to them to rescue them, they turn into big nasty flesh bags, and it's a bad deal. So we'll be on the lookout for that, and yeah, let's hope we make it out of here. Yeah, so obviously 4 Rangers and 2 Specialists is not ideal for a squad composition when going into a mission like this. We're doing the best we can. Our troop force is really spread thin. I've made some choices and sent people out on covert actions and things like that. So we are just scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but we're gonna make it work. We run into this turret right away, and Corporal Kirill here has like ridiculous aim, which is why he's a Ranger carrying around the mag rifle, because he's gonna function way better as a like infantry unit. Our squatty Amanda comes running up, real excited for the shot, hits it, but then Bridget just kind of finishes it off. Totally unnecessary shot from Amanda there if we were going to use the combat protocol, but that's okay. She was excited, she hit the shot. We love that for Amanda. So, as we're kind of taking up positions here, we've encountered the chosen assassin so far of the 3 chosen, the elders chosen, as it were. So, we were on the lookout for her this mission, but we don't have concealment, as Central talked to us about in the very beginning. And with that being the case, the Chosen Assassin, if she was going to show up, would have popped already. So we know we're safe from that. Zinchenko here has a special ability that allows her to remain in concealment even when the rest of the squad breaks. So she is kind of doing some scouting business for us as we kind of continue to take positions here. We saw that enemy group up top there taking out civilians. We want to work our way over there, obviously, but we also don't want to rush into anything, activate them while they still have the jump on us. They didn't move. They were just standing there. More civilian casualties. Central will let us know about that for sure. I don't see any civilians even in this area. Seems like they. Yeah, I was a little unsure of how to progress through this map. There was a lot of space over to that side where those fires are and those little structures. There's a lot of space over to that side, so I was very concerned that we were going to get kind of snuck up on from that side. I hesitated a little bit and got my squad kind of spread out here. Zinchenko does some really key scouting here for us. Yeah, you can see there she spots that civilian, which is kind of our next target. With them taking out civilians at the rate they're taking them out, we gotta kind of hurry and grab them. Just for a little refresher, or maybe if you're new to XCOM in general, the situation we find ourselves in is we are taking the role of a character called the Commander. The Commander is kind of a mysterious figure. We've been a prisoner of the Advent Alien Coalition. I think coalition is a fair word. And they've been using our highly specialized and tuned tactical... Such a beautiful shot. Yeah. Corporal Kirill with that aim is such a rock star on the team. So the Commander is kind of was being used by the aliens as a way to train their troops. They've commandeered our brain basically and run battle simulations through our consciousness and used it to train their soldiers on. There's a whole other backstories. This is basically the third installment of an XCOM game. So there's a whole set of lore that exists that I'm not super familiar with, but essentially, yeah, like I say, we're the Commander, and through some means we're able to communicate to these soldiers to get them to move as we dictate. So you can see that translates really well to the video game format that we're playing here, and it's top-down strategy, turn-based movement style gameplay. So yeah, the aliens, like I mentioned, Advent is an invasion force that's shown up on the Earth about 20 years ago as this takes place. They've pulled the wool over the eyes of most of the Earth's citizens. That was a super lucky miss there. Um, crazy shot with the shotgun here, and his aim is very low. We don't even get to see the percentage on that, so pretty incredible shot there from Dang. We do take a hit. That's poor Amanda, our squatty. This is her first mission out, so we feel kind of bad for her taking hits. And another civilian goes down. You can see 8 damage on a crit, which is pretty scary stuff. Anyways, Advent, the alien coalition, they pull the wool over the eyes of most of the citizens of the Earth. They offer things like gene therapy, where they cure all manner of disease and stuff that humanity hasn't been able to take care of itself. When in reality, they are doing things like harvesting human consciousness and some nasty stuff that we, as the Resistance, also known as XCOM, know about and are kind of working against. We don't have full public support right now because it's not common knowledge that Advent is bad. Most folks are under the impression that we're working together with these aliens, and their presence here is a good thing. So we kind of need to work in the shadows. Oof. Good kill. Until we can expose them. Great clutch kill from Amanda there. You saw the Viper got a dodge, but she was able to hit just enough of it to get the kill. Exactly the 2 damage that we needed. Using one of our special abilities here, the teamwork. Zinchenko's bondmate was able to give them an extra movement action here to scoot up closer to those civilians. Time's getting a little short. Yeah, so bonds. When I say bondmate, Chang is Zinchenko's bondmate. They have done enough missions together and have a stat in cohesion that dictates bond levels and how quickly that levels up, and new abilities and benefits become available as we level up bonds. So basically, the more battles that your soldiers fight together, the higher their bond rate can potentially grow. They can only have one bond mate at a time, but it offers some great stuff. Like we saw there, extra actions. It can clear negative status effects. We can get shorter times on covert actions, all kinds of good stuff. So I prioritize that right off the bat. Oftentimes, Chang and Zinchenko there were kind of intended to be like a covert ops little squad, as they're both rangers, but thanks to the mods I'm running, rangers are pretty versatile, as we can see here in this mission. So Zinchenko still has concealment. Kind of want to keep that going. You can rescue civilians from within concealment and not break. But we'll figure out where we're going with that next. Want to get hold of this loot out here, obviously. And I choose poor, wounded, first mission Amanda to just run out into the middle of the wide open field with no cover whatsoever. Thankfully, Amanda is a dutiful soldier and risks her life for an autoloader that will probably get sold at the black market next opportunity to get. But that's fine. She's happy to serve. Yeah, again, there's a lot of space over there to the left. It's kind of hard to know, how to position and set up for it. We see the civilians kind of hiding back there, and so I got to assume we got enemies back in that direction, but I haven't seen them. So, playing very cautious here. Here's Zinchenko. We'll go rescue the civilian. Son of a... Dude, no freaking way. Ugh. Or not. That is going to ruin our concealment situation. So she's now vulnerable.
What the heck?
When I move back here with her, somehow it activates this other group. So, a lot of bad luck in a row there, unfortunately. But we can handle this. Still feeling relatively confident.
I'm trusting you here.
Want to get Kirill up in a position where he can do some damage. I can rely on him to hit shots, which is a rare thing. But pretty cool. Moving Dang in. He's got a shotgun. Can make use of that. Not gonna lie, kind of thankful that the mech went after the civilian there and not us. Some questionable choices by the Purifier there. A double move to get into a random spot. The AI controlling the Advent units is notoriously a little wonky. So I may have to look at that and see what I can do via mods, but so far it hasn't been terrible. We do take a couple of hits there. Likely would have died had that Purifier taken its shot on us, but it didn't, so here we are. Trying to figure out what to do with Zinchenko. These units, the Purifiers, are a explosive unit a lot of times, so they'll blow up when you shoot them. I don't want to give up the position we've got, but I also want to be able to take a shot with Zinchenko from cover. Shoot from back here. Very nice. Beautiful. Critical hit for 11 damage as well. It's pretty awesome. Got a decent chance to hit there. Corporal Kirill. And good old Amanda. Let's see what Amanda's got going on. Yeah, for some reason in this mission I've just decided that Amanda is kind of expendable. I do put her in full cover here, but this is still a risky position if we're not able to make these kills. She throws a grenade really effectively. The reason the grenade specifically, it wasn't a ton of damage, right? But this mech here had 2 points of armor, and the grenade shredded one of those, which means it'll take 1 extra damage from any future hits from us. This is a scatter gun, which is essentially a shotgun. Yes. But Chang manages to pull off a 58% to hit shot at max damage to secure the kill for us. You can see the squad is really clicking. Move in with Bridget. This combat protocol ability that we just unlocked for ourselves does bonus damage to mechanical units, such as this mech. It's 3 base and 2 bonus. So 5 only. Could have done up to 7 to get the kill, but didn't. we do go ahead and just decide to take the sure thing, or the relatively sure thing, with Corporal Kirill. Get the kill on the mech, and then a 100% slash available to us here for Dang. So he'll rush in and take that. Beautiful. Nice. We get the kill. Unfortunately, we walked ourselves into the next advent pod, which is just 2 troopers. We're not too concerned, but we get a little sneak preview at this other pod, which had a Viper standing inside a Lancer. Thankfully, the AI makes some questionable decisions, even though they do go ahead and take this flank shot on Corporal Dang. Zinchenko now is kind of out of the way. We'd like to bring her back in. She's got a pretty powerful weapon, the augmented shotgun. There's just not really anywhere good to move her, so she ends up going into an Overwatch. Pretty easy call here, 100% on another combat knife attack for Dang. We take that all day. 10 damage you can see, which is just wild. Very pleased to see us doing that type of damage this early. Wow, good shot. We are hitting our shots. Yeah, Amanda with a really clutch shot there again. That's just her MO. Amanda is a badass. Chang's gonna Overwatch there for us. And our second and final heal of the mission is gonna go on Amanda. Yeah, it's the last heal. Well deserved. Alright, the final pod reveals its own self. They come out to greet us, essentially. Lancer heads up to the top of the RV. They don't take the greatest defensive positions, so seeing that right off the bat, kind of feel like we can take advantage of this. Don't love our chances there, but obviously it's a shotgun and we're quite a ways away, so out of range for that weapon. Full cover available here with our sharpshooter. He's not a sharpshooter, but his aim says otherwise. Nowhere I really like to move here with Chang to get a good shot. Seeing this as full cover, we'll go ahead and post up here. Get ready to shoot next turn or save those civilians. Bridget can come in this way and hopefully get a shot. She does. She's got a couple nice flanking shots here. Viper does get a dodge. They're notoriously dodgy. But our hair trigger triggers, and you get a free action or a free shot here. And Bridget just wrecks that stun lancer up top. Phenomenal. With a crit as well. So, pretty freaking cool. We take the low percentage because there's not much else to do for Zinchenko this round. Decently high percentage here for Corporal Kirill. He does get the hit, but it's not enough for the kill, unfortunately. Oddly enough, it does, for some reason, mean that Amanda couldn't target the Purifier from that space. Got a coin flip attack here. 53% to hit. Kill. Dang's got basically a guaranteed kill here on the Viper. He does manage it. It says 100, but they could still dodge, so there was a decent amount of risk there. Nice. And this 53% shot could end the mission. And sure enough, Amanda does it. Oh. One more faceless for the team to deal with. I think it's too far away to do any damage to us, so it's going to have to run in. Manages to run all the way straight next to Amanda. Six to 8 damage outside of the crit. But, yeah, Zinchenko just has had enough, and that's the end of the mission. You can see here, we did take 3 wounds. Zinchenko got 1, Dang got 1, Amanda got 1, but killed everybody and rescued enough civilians. Well, not killed everybody. We obviously didn't kill the civilians, but we killed all the aliens. So, super successful mission. We were up against it with our squad selection abilities. Only specialists and rangers available. But we managed to make it work. And like I said with the mods, the rangers play really versatile. Especially Corporal Kirill, who is my secret favorite right now. Always hitting shots for us.
These wound times are not bad.
Yeah, very successful. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully this new style of video works going forward. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.